Hi, everybody. Welcome into today's show here on JTV. Thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency and Pataki Orthodontics. They're a sponsor of JTV. It's not our show, but shout out Jackson Coffee Company as well. I'm David. That's Adam. We're back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a few
minutes. We're just back for today, and we're back next week in New Year's. We'll be here, but we won't be here.
Yeah, I mean, I think every show goes through this where, they have a lot of days off to, right around the Christmas season, but that's kind of to be expected. These weeks are kind of a little bit crazy.
Well, just the calendar this year, it's like Christmas Eve and day is on a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then New Year's Eve is a Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I mean?
That's fun because you get extra days off, so it's fun that it's not like
next
a
year it'll be
Saturday.
Wednesday, Thursday,
yeah,
too. So, we have somewhat of a lot to catch up on because, again, we haven't been here since, Monday of last week?
Yeah, Monday last week.
So, we had a couple college commitments, so we will get to that in a couple of minutes. Of course, we're after winter break is when we get into the heat of the race and the conferences and stuff for high school basketball. But of course, season's already started. Concord boys are now 4-2. They won on Tuesday. Columbia Central girls won on Tuesday over EJ at home. 2 players in double figures with a new coach this year too. Hanover over Napoleon 50-36 in girls. Grass Lake avoided a fourth quarter comeback by Jonesville. 4 players in double digits for Grass Lake. You don't find that a lot. High school basketball. Maybe 2, let alone 4. And lower scoring battle, the Mounties Northwest over J High 33-30. Speaking of the Grass Lake girls, that's our first basketball game after the New Year. So right after New Year's Day, that Saturday, January 4th, we've got the second Lumen Jackson hockey game. We'll have more on that in a little bit in the show, but we'll have hockey on the 4th, and then on Thursday the 9th, Grass Lake girls at Michigan Center. Now, the last 8, 9, 10 years, they've had some great battles. We've had quite a few of those games on JTV, boys and girls, Grass Lake and Center, and football as well. So I think the 2 best girls teams in the area, Grass Lake and Center, besides Lumen, the 2 best teams in the area, going at it on Thursday the 9th. So we'll have that on JTV. I don't know who's doing the game with me. I will be there. Of course, I'm going to be at that game with Grass Lake.
Maybe Max might be there. I don't know who we got.
I'm just going to show up and find out.
All right, there you go. I like it.
I won't be at the hockey game, so I won't know. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Man, you and not doing hockey games. I swear.
If you were to ask me something about hockey, I don't know.
Really? Like who's do you know who the greatest hockey player of all time is?
Well, Wayne Gretzky.
Wrong. It's Gordie Howe. How dare you?
Okay?
Come on. Are you even from here? No, I'm joking. I'm just joking.
From South Detroit.
born and raised in South Detroit.
I know that, but not I couldn't do a hockey game.
And I think too, I grew up during the time of the Red Wings being the best team in hockey,
right?
Bar none. 03, the 02. I think it was the 02-03 or the 01-02 season when. We had an all-star team, essentially, Brett Hull and Hasek and all those guys. So it's just I grew up kind of in that time where hockey was cool.
Mm-hmm. But no, I couldn't do a hockey game. But Saturday, January 4th, there's some high school girls basketball games happening at Jackson College at the same time as hockey. So that's where I will be. I'm not working.
Okay.
I'm still working.
I was wondering if you were just going to be sitting at home watching.
No. After basketball, I'll be home watching.
There you go. I
hockey.
like that. Nope.
Maybe. College commitments. Braden Lape he did a very lengthy interview last week with our own Jeff Steers, and that was about 30 minutes.
Wow.
And he told Jeff Steers he is committing to Northwood University. Now, if that name or if that university is familiar to another quarterback from the Jackson area, the quarterback at Lumen before Timmy Crowley, Joe Lathers. He's the one that did that that leap at Chelsea.
We need to find that photo.
Yes.
Of us reacting.
Yeah. I know where I can find it.
I tried looking all over the place and I could not find it.
I know where.
Do you? Okay, we gotta see if we can track it down.
Maybe at the during the break, I'll have to get it too.
Okay, that'd be awesome because I'll show it.
But he plays for. I think he's still there, but he started at Northwood. And now Braden Lape is committing to Northwood University. He's going to be in the top 3 in his class, by the way, too. He's a great student athlete. 4.2 GPA on a 4.0 scale.
That's like 4.2 higher than me. That's crazy.
So you had a 0.0 GPA.
We don't talk about my GPA on the show. I just, I just don't want to even think about it.
Oh, same here. Don't ask me either. Or math class. But he wants to study business and try the music career full time after college. If that doesn't work, he told Jeff he'll have the degree to fall on after if it doesn't work out. Of course, Grass Lake finished the season. We know we've said it many times on the show. They finished the season 6-3, missed the playoffs. He threw for a school record 2,536 yards and 32 touchdowns this year. And he accounted for nearly 3,000 total yards of offense in 2024, finishing 6th in the state in passing yards. More than Michigan's Bryce Underwood.
That is so crazy. I did not read that earlier. That's so nuts.
Obviously, not that Northwood's a bad school, because it's not. My cousin goes to Northwood, and it's a great school. He's such a good player. I don't know how he, the bigger offers.
I thought he was committing to baseball or something. Wasn't that, or am I just going crazy? Does he not play baseball?
He plays baseball.
Okay, I thought that's what
He's
I remember
a good pitcher.
hearing. That's what I thought I remember hearing.
And a good basketball player too.
But is he just going to be doing football? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Then maybe it was somebody else in the area too that was looking like it was just going to be going in for baseball, but was like a really good player. And I'll have to see if I think about it.
I think I know you're talking about. I don't.
It was a past show.
Name.
I remember you mentioning like going in for baseball, and I was just like, "Oh, really?" But
right.
Well, good for Braden Lape. I hope everything works out.
Yep. He committed to Northwood University, saying the coaching staff and the facilities helped him in this decision. And he said, with college portal and all the crazy things happening in NCAA athletics, he said, "quote You have to go somewhere where people love you." And I asked my cousin about it because she goes to Northwood. And I said, hey, I don't know if you heard, but Braden Lape's going there. And she's like, "Oh, we're gonna have a famous person now at our at our school. I won't be the only one from Grass Lake." I said, "That's right." And of course, if you want to continue to follow the Warriors and all the other schools throughout the winter and then the spring sports, subscribe to JTV Sports for free. And when you get your email coming up in a few weeks, you may see at the bottom of your email the next episode coming up of our show.
I was gonna say, is that on there? Is that on those?
It's on
those
the emails.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
At least my email.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though I host the show.
Yeah.
You might see the new episode of our show coming up in a couple of weeks
Mm-hmm.
on there as well.
Currently in post-production right now.
Our NCAA 25 end of the year special.
We gotta find a way to do that more often than just once a year. I was talking with other people about it because it's fun doing that. It's tons of fun just messing around and playing that. So
I agree.
We gotta find some other time to play it as well.
I was gonna say during the summer when there's not as many sports happening.
That might be good. We gotta have a nice record, because just trying to do it once a year is just, that's not enough. I felt that same way after playing last year. It was just like, man, we need to find a way to do this more than just once a year.
Yeah. Well, I remember last year.
That's true. That's true. And I don't remember this year.
Is Is that why the score was Georgia 41? What was the final score? 42-30 or
Yeah,
41 to 30?
because since I'm editing it, well, you just spoiled it for everybody. I wasn't gonna mention what happened, but we won't say how it
I
happened.
didn't say who won. I just
That's
said
true,
the
and we
score.
don't know whose team, but it really came down to one play where one mistake was made, and then after that, because of how the score was, it wasn't going to. It was really over. So that final score, I would say, was probably closer than that final score suggests.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think everybody at home will see that once they watch. Like, oh yeah, that one play, which I noticed the one play, and it's like that one play is what changed it.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm excited for everybody at home to watch it. This is a fun game.
The edited, censored version.
Yeah, and we definitely got to do this more because I think, or more things like this in the future because it's fun. And I think people at home are going to enjoy it.
Right.
We need to find a way to like get other like local players in the area,
athletes and
to play college football with us
or whatever, the show, 2K.
For sure. I think it would be tons of fun to do stuff like that. So maybe we'll reach out to them in the future and see if anybody would be interested.
Yeah. If anybody wants to play NCAA or
if anybody thinks they can beat
we'll
either
do
of
a
us.
regular interview for the show.
Of course.
Talking about their sport
or while we play,
Right, while we're playing, kind of back and forth.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Somebody up
I
here
would-
had that idea.
I wouldn't be able to do that because I'm focused on what we're playing.
Sure, but
that's a good idea.
yeah. I thought that was cool.
But our end of the year special, you will see that next week, Christmas week, and New Year's week. Christmas is next week.
Yes, isn't that crazy? And our show is going to be on the normal. Because you said Christmas Eve is on what day again?
Tuesday. Christmas Day is a Wednesday.
This show will be on Monday, so people can watch it Monday at our normal time, and then Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday morning.
It'll be
Tuesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday, since it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We're doing special programming. It will be shown on that day, just probably not the normal time. But all of that information will be on the site.
Yes. It'll be on our Facebook, JTV's Facebook, on our website.
Yep.
So you will see it on Tuesday, Wednesday, the game as well, and New Year's week, just different times.
Just different times for those special days, but
yeah. We'll have, I think, some Christmas concerts on JTV. We're gonna have the Christmas parade.
We're gonna re-show the hockey game that we just did as well.
Okay.
So new episode of Food Circus, I believe, premieres then. We went to the firehouse, so that was fun. So yeah, we got tons of stuff coming up. So definitely keep an eye on the website to get all that info.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of the hockey game that we're gonna show coming up in full.
That's right. Well, full highlights.
Full highlights.
We're not showing the full
2
hour game. 2 hour game.
Yeah, this is only an hour show. When we come back, Lumen, JU, hockey highlights. Plus, we'll look ahead to the second matchup coming up after the New Year's. So we'll get started with some hockey highlights after this. Welcome back here on JTV. Thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency. And thank you to Pataki Orthodontics. A great smile is always in style at Pataki Orthodontics.
That's right.
They need to take care of Dan Campbell's teeth.
I heard you guys talking about Dan Campbell. I didn't realize. Are they bad?
He's got them George Washington teeth.
See, I don't know, but he seems like a guy that would probably be chewing. But I don't know. That would
Big
probably
hammer
do it.
right
Yeah,
there.
he seems like that guy.
If a guy like Jim Harbaugh throws a Zen in, and Dan Campbell's definitely got the grizzly.
But that's what I was gonna say. He's
on.
just like to me, he's a grizzly man for sure. That and coffee.
And his double espresso. That man is ready to go every day.
Yeah, he is.
But what were we talking about? I was Dan Campbell. Oh, Pataki. Yeah, no, they need to take care of Dan Campbell's
And I
teeth.
bet you they would. Just give Dan, please give Pataki a call.
He can get the Bernstein advantage.
That's right. We
If
know he's got
something happens
that.
to
We
him.
know he's got the Bernstein advantage.
And then he can go to Pataki Orthodontics. So,
Yeah, that's right.
and it's really not that far from. It's not only like under an hour from Grass Lake to Allen Park.
And he needs to come to Jackson anyways, so might as well Show up here, show up to JTV.
Let's get
go
him
to
on the
Pataki.
podcast.
Exactly.
And then let's get him to Pataki Orthodontics.
I love it.
That way he doesn't look like George Washington anymore when he's got a big hammer in his
We're trying to
mouth.
get him on the show, and you're calling him George Washington teeth. Come on, man. Come on, Dan.
If I was a Lions fan, it'd be different. But I didn't come up with the George Washington. That's the post that I saw. Somebody else said that.
Yeah.
So don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, but you're still a Packers fan. So.
Yeah, whatever. But thank you to Pataki Orthodontics. A great smile is always in style. I see you read. You're in harmony back there.
I hear that read a lot when I'm editing, so I'm I have that down pat.
Before we get to the hockey highlights from the first game. By the way, I don't think we've done. Maybe we've done one show since the hockey game. I think one, but Kibby and Max, excellent job.
We talked about that last time, and it's 100% true. They were fantastic.
Yes,
that game.
Absolutely. Our second Lumen JU match will be Saturday, January 4th. We'll be live at 6:30. It's normally not on a Saturday, and it's a Saturday night. Usually, if it's on a Saturday, it'd be like at noon.
Yeah,
or
that's
1.
right. Where were you January 4th?
January 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Last year? Or what do you mean? Where will I be on January 4th? We just talked about that in the last segment.
Yeah,
I'll be at basketball.
Okay.
I said I'll still be
Okay.
I'll still be working.
I know where Noah's going to be in a few days after that, but
That's right.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Lansing, that is, not DC.
Yeah, that's right.
But we showed a couple of the goals from Lumen in our top plays after that. But if you missed the first game from the broadcast on JTV, we'll show the full game again over the Christmas holiday. But here are the highlights if you missed it.
We are ready to go. 17 minutes up on the board, and period number 1 is underway here between Jackson United, who's in the white, and Jackson Lumen Christi in the green. That first shot came from forward, who's playing forward today for Jackson United before Lumen Christi took it away. Now it's kept in at the blue line. Free shot here, open. Jackula save, rebound in front, save it again. Jackula makes another big one for Lumen Christi. The Titans still getting pressured here by United. Another quick and then taken away by Dinaverno, who gets it to break out into the neutral zone. It will be a touch pass right back to him. He'll cross in transition offense here for Lumen Christi on the offensive attack. Still with Dinaverno and then sent back away. Quick shot taken by Zimmerman. Rebound in front. Shot. Goal! That was just a wide open net though. Hughes got fooled. He thought the puck was still on his left side. Bounced back off the wall and a quick shot in for the goal. It was scored by Brody Gregory, the senior captain for this Lumen Christi team. It's his 5th goal of his team leading points for this Lumen Christi team. A wide open net for Gregory. That was just a bad bounce right there for the United team, Matt. Just bounced off the backboard behind the net and popped right onto Gregory's stick. Christi, they try and make it more here on the offensive showing. In front, tip in front to the side. Knocking it away here is Lumen Christi. The Titans take another shot, and it's going to be stopped by Hughes. That shot was a good one from the right side. Great save. Taken away by Gregory. He has the lone goal in this contest. And with how these two teams play, there's another shot and another goal. Actually, it's going to be waved off. The goal came off of its bearings. That's going to be no goal. Luke DeMont thought he had his 4th goal of the season, but it was immediately waved off by the official, and we'll have a face-off here. Reason why it comes off of its bearings a little bit easily than you might be used to at the college or pro level, as Lumen Christi has a chance here. 2-on-1, slide across, tip in front, score! Great slide by Breckenritter, but it wasn't enough. He got that puck underneath his belly and passed right over for the quick goal. Jack O'Shea scores the goal. It is his first goal of the season. The junior finds the twine, and it was because of this setup from Gregory. Look at that, right under Breckenritter and right to him. On the side now, back taken away by Lumen Christi United, trailing by 2 goals with possession. Quick shot, gloved away, really paddle-boarded away by Jacola and taken away by Lumen Christi. The Titans bringing it out. Bergatter. Lumen Christi at the blue line takes it away. Shot, save, Hughes. Nice and easy for him.
Great job by Hughes and Matt. You see all of these fans lining the seats. Like you said, fill the capacity here.
They'll allow Lumen Christi to get possession.
You know, that takes a lot, Matt, to stand there having that really cold, hard puck hurtled at you at about 60 miles an hour. And they're doing it. They're putting their bodies on the line.
Cross in front. What a shot from Luke Dumont. He goes bar down, and it is 3-0.
Dumont with the amazing backhanded shot right over Hughes' shoulder. Amazing job. Gets to celebrate with his team.
3:44 left in the second period. Look at this, folks. Bar down. Not many more beautiful than that shot in goal from Luke Dumont in front of the Lumen locker room if this score holds.
Well, still a full minute for this power play here. Great opportunity for Lumen to open up the third period.
One-timer taken by Dumont. He's trying to match his brother in goals.
Ooh, television network, some people find it. They don't type in the TV part. So that's important.
Back up. Puck loose. Shot. Ooh. Bar down. Top shelf for Josh Dumont. Who else but Josh Dumont to tie his brother in goals in this game and make it 4-0 on a beauty from the point.
And Matt, both Dumont brothers went bar down.
Both of them did.
Wow. They learned after each other, and again, he knew once his brother got it, he had to get one here as we see the replay. Great slap shot right off. Games for him.
Also back-to-back for Lumen Christi. That one shot and another goal, the second of the game for Luke Dumont. He scores with 1:04 left to go. He has 5 goals this season now.
And you know, Matt, he's going to go for the hat trick. It's against the rival. He wants it. He's going to go for it. I'm really curious to see if the fans are going to throw their hats on the ice if he does, even though they got to get it above that netting, which will be a challenge.
That will definitely be the biggest challenge for him. Luke Dumont, though, getting his second goal of the game. Take a look at it here on JTV Sports. That one doesn't go bar down, but it skips right over the pad of Hughes. Makes it 5-0.
Well,
they've done everything right, played a perfect game against Jackson United today, and they will be rewarded by keeping the boot in their possession until at least January 4th, the next time these two teams go at it.
Oh, big hit off the play there. Definitely still getting chippy here.
That's going to do it here on JTV Sports. Jackson Lumen Christi puts together a perfect game and a shutout, the first of the season for Zach Jacola in a 5-0 victory over Jackson United here at Optimus Ice Arena.
Welcome back here on JTV. I'm David Rice. That's Adam. And that's the Furby. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, wow, you've never given the Furby an introduction like that
Well,
before,
it's been in our our thumbnails and stuff before.
You're right, it has been, but nobody's ever brought up the Furby, so I'm happy that you finally have.
A lot of people have watched our discussion that we had on the college football playoff and Alabama not making it on
really?
Facebook. And nobody's commented on the Furby.
And the Furby's just chilling. See, I'm telling you, it's a perfect thing to have on the set with the JTV shirt on.
Who made that shirt, by the way?
That was Sarah. I don't know who brought in the Furby, but
well, because Alabama did not make the playoff.
That's right.
Like we talked about.
And I thought they should have. I was in the rare camp of people who thought they should.
You know, I was going to pull up a comment somebody made, or I guess a point. And I forget his name, but on our video, he was talking about Miami and Alabama. I think that's what you're investigating. Okay. But because Alabama did not make the playoff, they are going to play Michigan in the ReliaQuest Bowl New Year's Eve. So I'll be here. We'll be here playing NCAA, and I'll be in Tampa at the same time. 2 places at once. But we're going bowling. That's just the title I have.
I looked up the video. I think the guy, and I know who you're talking about. I saw there was a comment, but I think he removed it or something because the only comment now on that video is just "Go Bama."
Yeah, there was another guy that commented. Did he delete it?
He must have because I didn't.
'Cause I didn't
I'm under all
delete it.
comments and it's not there.
Okay. He
It's
must have
just-
deleted
it's
it
just-
then.
So he must have. But what was
But
he
he-
saying? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but he was saying something like quality wins and like
Oh yeah, I remember reading.
Miami and
I didn't read the whole thing, but you're right. It said something having to do with like the quality of wins, and he just got scared and had to delete his own comment.
But he was like, "You guys totally missed that point."
Quality win. I guess I understand that, and I thought you were the one that actually brought that up about quality of win.
Quality wins and bad losses.
Yeah.
That's what I brought up.
Right.
Anyways, we don't have time to get into back
I
to
will
that
just
right
say,
now.
I will
but-
just say, it's better for. I understand this might be stupid to say this, but it's better for the football world to have a team like Bama in it. But I get it.
It's better for the TV and for the money.
Yes, but then it's also better for entertainment. Because would you rather see a team that is definitely going to get eliminated in the first round, or a Bama who has the firepower and has the players to win these games?
I think they would have lost in the first round to Texas anyways. So,
Yeah, if they would have had Texas.
and even if they were to beat Texas, they're not beating Oregon in the next round anyways.
they have better odds than some random school.
Like,
I don't know who's just like I would have to look at the teams, but who's just like a.
I mean, they
like
have
a
better
bull-
odds than Arizona State.
Yes, that's a great example. Arizona State, right?
But besides them, anyways,
Yeah.
Michigan, Alabama, ReliaQuest Bowl. I have not looked at have they even come out with a spread for this game? I haven't even
That
looked at any of
I
this.
can look at for you. That I can get.
Okay,
I assume Bama would be the favorite.
right.
Is Milroe playing, as far as we know?
I don't know, and I don't think they've said anything about that. Which that's always the interesting thing, though, right? About the bowl games, is that before everybody opts out, those that do, it's like, okay, Alabama's a 14-point favorite or whatever it is, but okay, that's with Milroe playing, or that's with Milroe playing, but like somebody from Michigan is not. So
it's Alabama, the favorite. 11.5 is where it opened. Right now it's at 10.5, so it's shifted a little bit towards the blue, but it's
Donovan
right now,
Edwards
10.5.
is opted out. I don't know if Loveland and Mason Graham are going to play, but they both declared for the draft. Orgy won't play at all. He hit the portal. And so it'll just be Mullings.
Wait, no Orgy in the bowl game?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So Orgy's gone. Mason Graham is going to the draft. So is Will Johnson. So is Colston Loveland. And there's another lineman.
the whole team.
I forget his name off the top of my head. He's going to the draft as well. So it's just going to be Davis Warren and Khalil Mullings for the bowl game. So really, that's what it's been the last couple of games anyways.
So do you like then? Bama?
No, I still like Michigan.
Still like Michigan in that game? Especially if you have 10 points on top of that.
And especially if Milroe doesn't play.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because who's going to throw to Ryan Williams? Who even is the backup for Alabama?
I have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Some other bowl games I wanted to write down here. Gasparilla Bowl this Friday. Tulane versus Florida. And I know Florida's record isn't good, but they had some huge wins at the end of the year. Billy Napier, will they beat a good Tulane team?
No. I don't think they will.
I also agree.
It will be, I'm predicting a really fun game, like you said. I think the game will be very fun.
Yes. What used to be the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit is now the Game Above Sports Bowl.
What? I didn't know that. That's
know
weird.
what Game Above Sports is.
I don't know.
Toledo taking on Pitt.
I got Pitt in that game.
I don't really care about this game.
Me either.
Give me the
but I think-
Rockets.
he's going with the
of
Rockets.
Toledo.
There you go. Getting a nice win before Cadell shows up.
That's right.
I like it.
It'll be fun to play with him on NCAA next year.
That's gonna be really cool. He better make sure that he gets in there, because I don't think they really have to do anything special. I think it's just pretty much they contact the school. So
right. The Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's gonna be a really
everyone's
good game.
favorite bowl.
The trophy and the bowl itself,
Yeah.
but the two teams that's going to be really good too, Iowa State and Miami.
I definitely have Miami winning.
Now, a couple days ago on the morning show, Bart sent this to me before the show and said, "Can we show this?" I said, "Yeah." It's the video up close of the trophy. It's got a little level like a toaster.
Oh,
so
that's
you pull
cool.
it down or up, and Pop-Tarts come out of the trophy.
Oh, who doesn't want to win? That should replace the national championship trophy.
Yes, and you know how the big Pop-Tart mascot comes out from in like
he's
the
in a
box.
huge yeah,
he's
that's
in
right.
a big toaster, and at the
Yeah.
end of the game for the winner, he comes flying out. Probably dies in there. That's gonna be a really good game though. Miami, Iowa State. Cam Ward, Heisman finalist against Iowa State, a team who made the Big 12 championship. Still a good team, but got handled by Arizona State. I like Cam Ward in Miami in this game.
Yeah, me too.
Conference rival in the Alamo Bowl, Colorado. I don't know if Shadur and Travis and Shiloh are going to play.
Yeah, man, I just hate.
Because Shadur and Travis are going to be the number 1 and 2 picks.
Yeah, or close to it.
So, I don't see them playing.
I just hate
BYU,
that
Colorado. And because I know Colorado's got good weapons, they still lost 3 or 4 games this year, and their O-line is awful. So I am going to take BYU.
Me too. I was also going to say BYU. I thought it was going to be the contrarian, but yeah, definitely.
This one I didn't want to write down normally because I don't think this would have been a very competitive game, but I wanted to write it down, the Independence Bowl, because this was interesting. It was, did you hear about this? It was Army versus Marshall, but because Marshall had too many players enter the draft and the transfer portal, they basically have no team.
It was like 40 players or something like that.
Right. So a 5-7 team, Louisiana Tech, had to step in.
The Ragin' Cajuns.
No, that's just Louisiana.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who's the Louisiana Tech? What's their mascot?
I don't know, but Louisiana
Yeah,
Tech
you're right.
is
And that's
the blue.
that's Louisiana at Lafayette was the one I was thinking of.
Right. Louisiana Tech is where Terry Bradshaw.
That's right. He has
from.
a statue there.
But I've always found this story interesting. I don't know if you've ever heard this. When Terry Bradshaw first got into college at Louisiana Tech, he was the backup until his senior year. Guess who the starting quarterback was?
Who?
You know the name Phil Robertson? Duck Dynasty?
Oh, no way. I was going to say
he was the starting quarterback.
That's so weird.
He could have went to the NFL. Terry Bradshaw said this before. He could have went to the NFL. But every day he'd show up to practice and, like, you know, hunting guts. And he would basically hunt all day before football practice. And he, right before the year before Bradshaw started and went to the draft, Phil Robertson said, all right, I'm going to do the duck hunting thing full time now. Then look what happened with Terry Bradshaw.
Have they connected since?
Yes, if you look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
We'll have to do that during the break. If you look it up on YouTube, Terry Bradshaw and Phil Robertson have actually.
I was wondering. Okay.
They did it like a jersey swap ceremony thing on the field.
That's awesome.
And they did a piece for Fox.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll have to watch that.
So, yeah, Phil Robertson was the starting quarterback for Louisiana. There's some old footage on YouTube of
him,
Phil.
Oh, just dropping dimes out there.
He's got the quickest release I've ever
Really?
seen on a
Oh,
quarterback. Back when they used to kind of throw more over the head like that.
Yeah, they used
Just-
to do it.
Just a slinging the football
Yeah.
around. But anyways, that's Louisiana Tech.
That's cool. And they're the Bulldogs, by the way.
They're the Bulldogs?
Yeah, they're the Bulldogs.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither.
Normally that'd be a San Antonio thing.
I was going to say, oh, San Antonio.
But they're going to get crushed by Army.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Army's got some
You know, Army
frustrations
lost
to
to
take out.
Navy, by the way. I watched
Did you
most
see
of
some
that
of those?
game.
Navy did like a fake punt at one point, and their
Big
linemen
fella,
yeah,
96.
That was so
on the
cool.
fake punt.
So cool.
As soon as I saw that, it was, you know, you always got to cheer for the big men, too, especially when they make a play like that. Like Skipper
I was
had a
about to say,
touchdown.
if you saw Skip, he had that awesome play, and it's so funny watching them run to the end zone. I was talking with Barker about this. It's like you're just yelling "Go!" because they're so much slower than everybody else. Yeah. It was so fun.
And he scored, and because obviously he was eligible, he caught it. It was touchdown. Everybody went crazy because it counted.
People went nuts.
But the same thing happened Monday Night Football, Bears-Vikings. A center for the Bears went in at fullback on 3rd and goal from the 1, but he didn't get the ball and score. He was just a blocker, but it still counted because, the Bears are going to be the Bears.
Yeah.
He never reported eligible.
Oh.
The Bears would have made it a 1-possession game in the 4th quarter or late in the 3rd, but he didn't report eligible.
His franchise.
So then it ended up being like 3rd and goal at like the 25 after a holding
this is
penalty
never gonna
too.
happen. Yeah. Oh.
So he was not eligible, and he ended up going all the way in the end zone blocking for Swift, ineligible man downfield.
Goodness.
So, other bowl games in right down there's the Snoop Dogg Bowl.
What? That's a bowl? There's a Snoop Dogg Bowl?
Yep. There's the Gronk Bowl.
The Gronk Bowl? What are these bowl games?
In LA. There was one more I was thinking of. Oh, the Mayo Bowl. That's still a thing.
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Now that's a legit bowl.
Somebody just gets mayo dumped on them. What if Michigan played in that game?
We were
Sharon
hoping
Moore would get doused in mayo.
We were hoping
after
that was
going to
happen.
Or if Ohio State played in the Pop-Tart Bowl, can we shoot Ryan Day out of that toaster, please? Speaking of Ohio State, college football playoff. I wrote on here, most exciting matchup to you out of the 4 first-round matchups here.
I really like Tennessee, Ohio State. I think that sounds like tons of fun. I think Clemson, Texas is kind of an intriguing game. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be the best
because
played
to me,
game
Texas. Sorry to cut you, but I think Texas is the heavy favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But because Clemson surprised everybody by beating SMU, does Clemson make it somewhat competitive? Is it not going to be a big blowout like some people are saying?
I mean, I have Texas winning it all, so I think Texas will win this game, but I think it'll be pretty interesting. I think they have a chance to make it close. I'm really intrigued now that we have the playoff, how we do. I'm very intrigued to see these lower teams, if they're able to put up a fight, if we're able to get these weird, like, miracle wins that kind of we see in the March Madness tournament, but now that we are getting it a little bit more expanded here, like, we could see some of that, so... this could slowly kind of turn into March Madness, but in December, January.
Right. Friday night, Indiana at Notre Dame. By the way, and I liked these first-round games are at the home stadiums because you get the weather factor in some of them. Yeah. Like in Indiana, Notre Dame. It's going to be cold. And same thing in Columbus. It may be Penn State.
I was going to say Penn State's probably going to be a cold one.
And... with Ohio State, Kirk Herbstreit brought this up, even though he's a Buckeye, he still brought up this point. Because of the way Ohio State played against Michigan, and the fans booed and booed and booed. If the Buckeyes don't come out right away and play great, and they don't run the ball better or throw better, the fans are just going to boo them out of this game.
That being said, I really, really believe Ohio State wins. I don't think they lose to Tennessee.
You don't think Tennessee goes into the shoe and wins?
Nope. No, I don't know what the spread, what Vegas is saying.
Now, because Neyland Stadium is another one of those venues that people talk about. Would Ohio State go into Neyland in that environment and beat Tennessee? I don't think so.
I think they could. I think they can. And it's 7.5 is the spread for Ohio State in that game. So they think over a possession. They think over a touchdown.
So I'm going to take Tennessee, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame.
Well, we'll do the easy ones first. I think Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, everything says Notre Dame, but I could really see Indiana beating Notre Dame. I'll take Indiana. Indiana, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State.
Tell you what, Indiana's going to give them everything they got.
They do, and that's
because their only legit opponent this year was Ohio State.
Dude,
so it's like, okay, in the playoff now, we have a chance to play another legit team at their place.
And it's in, it's
in South Bend.
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing.
You're the only game on. It's a Friday night prime time.
And Penn State always seems to mess those kind of, or not Penn State, Notre Dame always seems to mess those kind of games
up. Penn State messes those games up too.
But Notre Dame, I've always seen that. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana goes in there and shocks the world.
Right. So the 2 games will be on TNT college football.
Interesting.
No TNT commentators though.
Darn. No Charles.
Nope.
Oh.
He did the golf last night between it was the Scotty and Rory versus.
Do you know who won that?
DeChambeau and I don't. They talked about it this morning. Shows how much I pay attention on the morning show.
You worked the morning show, right?
I did not today.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But I don't remember who won, but Ernie wasn't on it. It was Charles and I don't know who the other guy was, and then Brian Anderson on that. But I watched a few highlights. It was in Vegas and it was cold. Like they were wearing gloves and jackets.
Boo-hoo. It ain't cold like it is here.
Oh, I know. I wouldn't be complaining if I was there. And I, even if it's 50 and raining in Florida, I'm not going to complain because here it's going to be 15.
Right.
So, doesn't matter. When we come back, we will look ahead to when we return next year, next month. And we'll kind of wrap up our year together when we come back. Welcome back here on JTV. I'm David Rice. That's Adam. Next year, our first regular show back, Monday, January 6th, will be episode number 40. How about that?
40!
And our end of the year special, 39. So coming up on that Monday when we return, when we talk to you again next year, of course, we'll recap what's happened so far in the college football playoff. By then, it'll be week 17 out of 18 for the NFL. And we'll have some highlights from the Shot Clock Classic that'll be happening coming up at Spring Arbor. Jackson College has some girls basketball games. Hockey highlights from that Saturday. So we'll have a lot to talk about when we come back. And maybe not when we come back, but I do eventually. I want to get some coaches on here and some officials to talk about, because this has been a big debate for a long time. Should there be a shot clock in Michigan high school basketball? We're one of, I think, just a dozen states who doesn't have it. And we've seen games here in our area with the shot clock at Spring Arbor and JC. So it's not like it's a whole new thing. And should the MHSA return back to the 6 wins and in for the playoffs in football? So those are two big things I want to tackle when we come back. But I had to say it was a pretty good. We started a new TV show.
That's right.
A new podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't really complain about that.
No. Successful first year, successful first season.
Thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency. Today, Jackson Coffee Company. Shout out to them. Pataki Orthodontics, helping us bring you all of your high school sports. Minuteman Sewer and Drain, M&K, and the Conopackies. A lot in the community and a lot for JTV, so thank you. All of our other sponsors on JTV. Any big Christmas plans other than watching football? They've got the Christmas Day games on Netflix.
That's right.
Hopefully their systems can keep up.
I think it'll do better. It'll do better for than that Paul Tyson fight. I think all that stuff has kind of been worked out because, like I told you, they're getting Monday Night Raw, so they're gonna have to. It's gonna be live every week, so they got to figure it out before that because that's a big deal. So, but yeah, in terms of plans for Christmas, I'm kind of just going back home and watching football and eating food and all that good stuff. What about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much the same. After Christmas, of course, Friday the 27th and then Saturday the 28th, they've got the shot clock games at Spring Arbor. So I will be out there for some of those games. And then the day after, Sunday the 29th, we are leaving to go to Tampa, Florida to watch Michigan take on Alabama.
All right.
So I will be when we come back and recap the bowl game and that game, maybe I'll bring along a picture.
I was
from
gonna say,
Tampa.
take a couple pictures. For
I will.
sure.
I will
Yeah.
do that.
Cool.
You might. I might put it on our Facebook. Who knows?
Hey, I like that.
So we have a lot to talk about when we come back. So, Merry Christmas, Happy
Christmas.
Holidays. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Adam, and to everybody and our sponsors. So, thank you for watching. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you next year. So we'll see you then.
Ho ho ho.